1, 2, 3. All right. All right, everybody, welcome. We're 6 minutes out from the start of the Timberline Clackamas game. Good morning. Welcome to KTLN, Timberline Lacrosse Club. We got a new member of the KTLN crew today.
Hello, everybody.
Miss Megan is going to be doing our scoreboard and our timer. So listen, trial run, right? It's no harm. You're in the free zone here. So we're going to try to get it as close as we can. We're trying something new. So thanks to everybody out there. Hi to, if you're out there watching, subscribe to the YouTube channel and send us a message on the live chat. You got to be a subscriber in order to send a message, but send us something where you're at, who your player is, and say hi to the crew. We'll give you a shout out on the air. So working the crew today, we got Derek Scudder behind the camera. He and I are alternating this weekend because we're running a little short-handed. So it's the three of us, Megan, myself, and Derek. You're stuck with what you got. You're paying top dollar for this stuff, right? Megan is. So, hey, if anybody sees anything out there that's not, that's the sound's not working or the picture's not right or anything like that, just let us know because we are not getting paid top dollar for this. So we're doing the best we can, but by all means, let us know and we'll try to catch it. So let's see, what do we have going today? So yesterday, the Wolves played at night at 7 o'clock against a team from Canada, and they ended up winning that game 15-10. I think the Wolves learned a lot about their team, a little more competition. We have not started our divisional schedule yet or anything that really counts towards the state of Idaho championship game, which goes May 16th. So that's kind of the whole purpose of why we're out here this weekend is to kind of work the kinks out of the system and find out what works well and what doesn't work so well and go back and make some adjustments and go from there. And there are a couple players out for spring break. So our normal rotation, Chip Cooper, who's normally behind the camera, Chip is hiding down there in San Diego. So Chip, if you're hiding out there, send us a note and say hi. No critiquing of the camera work because we know that it is subpar. Oh, which reminds me, let's hit that record button right now. Unlike what I did last night, it should turn red, I believe. We have a red button. So we're actually going to record this game, so we can upload it to Huddle. So as opposed to what I did last night at about the third quarter, we're gonna get on that. So we probably need like a neon sign hanging off the high pod somewhere that says push button to record. So Wolves are warming up down here. We got Aiden D'Ambrosio in goal. Let's see, starting lineup. Let me see what I can find here. Like I said, Ben Cooper's not here. Your starting lineup, I think, is going to be Anthony Barbera, Davis Renz, and Trip Strom on defense. Hayden Ridley's our LSM. Fletch, Scudder, Cash Mundy, who had a great game last night. I think he had 7 goals. Mundy had 7 goals last night. Giddy up, Cash. And Joel Davis taking faceoffs. Joel had a pretty high faceoff percentage win last night. Those guys are going to be our starting midi line. Then on the attack line, you got Connor Dannenfeld, Logan Lauber, and Trevor Eckert. And in goal, Aiden D'Ambrosio. Coaches, for those that may not know, are Eli Almanza. Eric Anderson and Nick Gruber are his assistants. Those guys have been with us this is their second season, and we are loving it. So I see Coach Almanza's parents here. So, we'll try to get them on a halftime interview or something like that. No, I wouldn't do that to them. So let's see some of our sponsors. We cannot do any of this without some very generous sponsors for KTLN and the Timberline Lacrosse Club. For those that don't know, lacrosse is not a sponsored or not a sanctioned sport in Idaho. So we rely heavily on either registration, funding, or donors. So luckily, we have a lot of very generous donors out there. So thank you for that, for helping us make all this happen. How's our clock looking? Oh, it is rock solid. And we're going to get to reset it to 12 minutes here in a minute. So Ace Hardware is one of our sponsors. You'll see them scrolling across the top. Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks. Got Beaver Creek Firewood's a new sponsor this year. They're up in Emmett, Idaho. Most of their wood is sustainably harvested dead wood from Idaho forest floors, helping manage forests and mitigate the spread of wildfires. Heritage Bank specializes in commercial banking and lending, providing advice and financial solutions to meet clients' needs. They're right there in downtown Boise. Fisher's Technology, they're our local office tech expert. We need as much help as we can get from them making this outfit run. They make sure that things are reliable, fast, and easy. If something goes wrong, you'll have a tech taking care of you in no time. Humpin' Hannah's. Humpin' Hannah's. Voted #1 place to dance in the Treasure Valley. it's a it's a local legend. Humpin' Hannah's is downtown. The wildly popular Rocky Johnson and her band perform every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. And of course, Trinity Consultants is sitting here, also joining us on the sidelines today. They are a leading global environmental consulting firm providing services and solutions in the regulatory compliance, built environment, life sciences, and water and ecology markets. Wow, that sounds like a lot of big brain guys working to me. So way over my pay grade. So we'll catch the rest of them here coming down the road as we get ready to start.
Joel.
All right, we're getting ready to start. Got Joel Davis taking face off. Hayden Ridley on one wing, Cash Mundy on the other. We were chatting ahead of time. We think Clackamas played Richland, the team we're going to play this afternoon, and they won yesterday, we believe, 11-9. So it sounds like the Wolves are going to have a couple good games today, which is awesome. Ball's down, and it looks like it's going to get won by Clackamas. Their LSM number 20 picks the ball up. Clackamas gets it down and gets a touch. They rotate in a few offensive players. Ball comes down to the right wing. They're going to work the ball behind the cage. That Davis Wren's playing defense, riding them hard. Davis is giving him the treatment. He is going to annoy that guy to no end today. to the point where he throws it over. That's going to be a over and back violation. Ball's going to go to the Wolves. I would say we let's credit Davis with that one. Braden Bolt coming down the right side on offense. Let's see what the Wolves got to start the day. Played a 7 o'clock game last night, so a couple little bit of sand in the eyes this morning for these teenagers as they get up and get going. Got Cash Monday taking a dodge down the right. He's going to back it down to X. Braden Bolt, he throws it over the top, and that's going to go out of bounds. Braden's he's a hockey player out east. He's back with us. He's been with us a couple weeks. Great athlete. Still brushing that hockey stick off and getting that lacrosse stick tuned up again. So a couple turnovers to start the game. And we're right back where we started. And Clackamas is going to return the favor. They toss one out of bounds. That's going to go back the other way to the Wolves. I'd say the Wolves struggled a little bit yesterday with clears. So let's see if they talked about it post game and cleaned some things up. Oh, ball's down. All right. Grip picks it back up. Goes down to Braden. They're going to go black. So things are a little sloppy to start. See if we can get a good ride here and get this ball back. Got Braden tracking the long pole. They got to be offsides, right? Oh no, 1, 2, there's 3. Can't tell if 8's a lefty coming up that right side. He's going to make a run at it. Got Davis Renz applying pressure. He's going to do the bend around. Goalie save. Good stop by Aiden. It's going to go to Tripp. Black line is out of bounds. We wanted to shoot. Ball comes back up top. Looks like they're going to reestablish, maybe take a dodge here. Got Dylan Barnes on defense. He's going to push him down. He gets by Dylan. No help. No slide. That's going to make the score 1-0. Clackamas. All right, well, let's see if the defense talks about their slides off to that one. Okay, we got Hayden Ridley on the wing. We got Cash Mundy on the other opposite far side wing. Joel Davis taking the face-off again. And face-off win to Clackamas. Ball comes down to long pole number 20. Good save by Aiden. Oh, is that goalie interference? They're going to play on. He was going to call it if he lost it. Ball comes up to Cash. Coming down the left side. He's across midfield. Kicks it down to Dannenfeld. Fletch Scudder's midfielder came on. He's got it up top. He gets it to Dannenfeld, who takes a shot. That's going to be a goalie save. You can go in your own crease, but you can't be, opposing team can't come in the crease. Clackamas trying to get the clear, and I think they just tossed it out of bounds. They did. So Wolves on offense. Easy clears. The ball came out of bounds near midfield. Fletch Scudder brings it in. Comes over to Trevor Eckert. Over to Cash. Down to Braden. I think they're going to come behind X to Logan Lauber, but that long pole's kind of snuggled up to him. Wolves are going to bring it back up top. Cash takes a dodge. Rolls back. Ball comes out of his stick. Clackamas causes a turnover. Fletch tries to get a backdoor check. Davis applying pressure on the ball. It's going to turn that into a scrum. Let's see if we can. Wolski kind of kicks right out of there into a. All right, they're going to rotate some players out. Long pole comes out. Shorty comes in. Another dodge down the right side by 21. Slide came that time. Oh, he rolled back inside and a shot and a score. That's going to make it 2-0 with 6:18 remaining in the first quarter. All right, Wolves down early, 2-0. Davis on the face-off. Joel wins this one. Kicks the ball down to Dannenfeld. Dannenfeld's going to take a dodge. He's just trying to get away from pressure. Wolves are going to rotate in their offensive players. Dylan Barnes comes in. He's going to bring it topside. Dylan's going to take a dodge. Oh, Dylan. Got to scoop through that. Ball's down. All right, turnover on the Wolves. You know what? Let's just not throw it into the dirt. Clackamas with a successful clear. Got Carson Doster came in. He's playing defense over there. It's going to be a D midi. Aiden Ridley applying pressure. Oh, and the head falls off his stick. So Wolves are going to be man down due to an equipment failure. And that's going to make the score 3-0. All right, we got 7 people out there. Feel free to send us a message, let you know who's out there. With that score, its score is 3-0. Bad guys. And there is 4 minutes and 53 seconds left in the first period. Looks like with the equipment failure, we got a little shake up here on the wing line. We got Fletch Scudder on near side, Trevor Eckert on far side. Joel Davis wins that face-off again. He's gotten this one and the last one. He gets a touch. Timeout White. Coach is going to talk about some offense. We'll be back in 2 minutes. All right. Wolves coming out of the timeout. Remain on offense. Looks like Fletch Scudder's going to start with the ball high right, top side. Let's see what the coach talked about. Fletch is going to take a dodge. Goes down the right side. Back behind Cage to Braden. Over to Logan Lauber. Ball comes up to Cash to Dannenfeld up top. He's going to take a dodge. He shoots, but it's wide left. I think I heard a little metal on metal there as he was getting ready to uncork that one. So that shot was wide left. Gonna go back behind X again. They get a feed in the middle. Oh, Braden misses the shot. Ground ball picked up. Kicked over to Cash Mundy. He's back behind Cage in the corner. Looks, oh, maybe that's Fletcher. Is that 21? That's 21. That's Fletch Scudder. Got Hayden Ridley up top. Cash is up here on the top side. All right, Fletch is taking a dodge. He kicks it back out. Ball goes to Hayden. Hayden goes over to Logan Lauber, down to Cash. Cash going to take a dodge. Ball comes around again. Wolves being patient on offense. Fletch Scudder's doing some Connor Dannenfeld gets the ball taken away from him, but fights for it, pushes out the opposing player out of bounds, so the Wolves retain possession. No shot clock in high school lacrosse, at least not in Idaho. I think there are a couple states that have it. Wolves are going to get another shot at it after the Fletch takes a dodge. He backs it out. He's going to try again. Does a behind the back pass over to Ridley. Ridley's going to bring it up top. Fletch comes over here to Dannenfeld. Dannenfeld to Cash. Shot by Dannenfeld and a goal. See if we can get that one on. So the Wolves finally get on the board with 2:16 left. Score now 3-1 Clackamas. Oh, Nelson. Nelson Clackamas is the name of this. It's like a combo school system or just two high schools that jointly form one team is what I'm being told. All right, let's see who's going to get this ground ball. It's down. They're fighting for it. Looks like it comes out Wolves. Davis Renz gets it. Oh, had an assist. Dannenfeld to Bolt. Yeah. Had an attempted slap shot from the crease there. Goalie dropped pretty quick. He got on that. So good save on the goalie. Wolves retain possession. They're going to get another crack at it. Let's see if they can put another notch in here and get this game a little closer. Cash Mundy takes the dodge, comes down to Dannenfeld. Dannenfeld's going to bring it behind the cage over to Lauber. Over to Braden Bolt. It's going to come up here, I think, to 13, Dylan Barnes. Dylan's going to take a dodge. He's going left. He's got some space. Oh, he tries to feed it into the crease, but it's an errant pass. Hayden Ridley, the vacuum, scoops up the ball. Well, we're going to get another crack at it. Dannenfeld takes the dodge. His hands are free. Wide right. Wolves retain possession. Barnes takes a dodge. Comes off. See if the Wolves can. Wolves can't keep it on the other side of the field. Now it's going to be over and back. When the ball comes back like that, if the deep holes can take their pole and poke it to stay on the opposites on the offensive side of the field, we retain possession, but we could not execute on that. Oh, and they're going to return the favor. We're going to scoop it up. Danefeld gets the ground ball. He's going right to Cage. He feeds number 27, Logan Lauber, with the goal. Nicely done. Yeah, yeah. Whatever it was the coach talked about in that timeout, we approve. Score now, Wolves are down by 1, 3-2, with 31 seconds left in the first period. On the Dannenfeld assist to the Logan Lauber goal. Black wins the faceoff. Wolves are going to start on defense with 22 seconds remaining in this first period. They rotate in their offensive player, takes a dodge. That's a shot and a goal. That's going to be the end of the first period. Score Wolves 2, Clackamas or Nelson Clackamas 4. So we got ourselves a game today. All right, so here we are. The mic's live, and Dane Conrad came up in conversation. So, Dane, I don't know if you're watching out there. I'm pretty sure your mom is, Megan. So, hi, Megan. The other Megan. There's two. We have two world famous Megans on the team. But we were all commenting how it would be great to have Dane back out here. Dane got an injury last summer. I think it was summer, and he's in recovery for that. He's doing PT. It was pretty bad knee injury. So, but we're gonna get him back. And Tommy, yeah, Tommy's our other one. We're looking for that lefty attackman. So Tommy, we love hockey too, but we need you out here, buddy. So let's go. Yeah, Braden's gonna graduate, and that's our hockey guy. So we need a hockey replacement. So Tommy, we got your name written down as the hockey replacement. You're penciled in. So let's go. Yeah, we got a couple hockey guys out here. All right, we're getting ready to start the second period. Score is Wolves 2, Nelson Clackamas 4. Got Fletch Scudder near side, Hayden Ridley far side. Joel Davis wins the faceoff clean. Gets it himself. Ball comes up to Hayden Ridley. He's going to crank up that log pole with the bounce shot. Goes over the top of the cage, but it was a good clean shot. He gets those a fair amount. Hayden's got some goals under his belt. That long pole gives you a different angle. It throws the goalies off just a hair. They're not used to seeing that. So Wolves, obviously we switch sides after the period. Ball's going to come down here behind X, up to Lauber, up to Ridley. We got Dannenfeld topside. He's going to take a dodge. He goes down the right side. He's going to pull that back out, come back over to Ridley. Ball comes to Cash with the bouncer off the goalie's face mask. That ball's going to stay white off the shot. Dannenfeld boxed his guy out. Yeah. We got our unofficial clock person here getting all over the table over there. Like, they got to start that clock. She is all over it. All right, Wolves get another chance on offense. Ridley takes a dodge. All right, that ball, another save by the, I think that's going to be goalie interference. Clackamas is going to get Nelson Clackamas is going to get a free clear. The Wolves got a round on defense. Let's see if we can get a turnover here. Got Cash Monday playing D mid here. Fletch Scudder. Carson Doster. He's got a long pole in his hand now. He's our Swiss Army knife. He bounces back and forth. Ooh, a clean dodge. They try to feed it inside. Ooh. That was a pretty clean look, and they missed wide left. They are going to come back to that play again, I predict. 2 takes a dodge. Ball down. That's going to be a slash on 11. Cash Monday's going to get a minute. So that's going to put the Wolves man down. So man down with 10 minutes and 33 seconds to go. Let's see if the Wolves can hold on for a minute. Black gets a spin. They get 100. They're coming back up top. They're going to reverse it. Got Joel Davis out there as a D mid. Hayden Ridley is the other center. There's a shot wide left. Let's see the goalie. Oh, it looks like the Wolves are going to win this one maybe. Ah, they kept it black. I thought we had that one. See if they can get back after chasing that out. We got a shot and a goal. That's going to wipe out the penalty at the cost of a goal. Score now. Wolves 2. Nelson Clackamas 5 with 9:57 left in the second period. Joel Davis on faceoff. Dylan Barnes near side. Hayden Ridley far side. Joel wins the faceoff. He's had a pretty good run here the last day or two, at least holding his own. Ball comes up to Dannenfeld. He's being hounded by big defender. The Wolves are going to bring it back up top and reset. Ridley comes out. Fletch Scudder comes in. Fletch has got wheels. He's going to take a dodge. He blows right by his guy and takes a shot. That's going to be on the outside. All right. Ball's down. Picked up by the Wolves. It's not. Ball's still being. Oh, Dylan Barnes. Oh, he's trying to get it over there. Let's see if they can keep it from going out. Braden's going to keep it in. All right. After a little hectic back and forth, the Wolves are going to get another crack at this. Joel Davis up top. Is he going to take a dodge? And I think that was an attempted bounce shot, but that was off its mark. Got to go find a ball on the end line there. Logan Lauber's going to start with the ball behind cage. Bringing it in. Aiden Ridley up top with the long pole. Wolves spin it left. Connor's trying to get his hands free to the right. See if he can reverse his dodge. Nope, he's chased out of there. Joel Davis with the dodge. He takes a shot. That's a goalie save. Good bouncer. Quick clear. They get a wing out to the left wing. Nelson Clyde bringing it right down the pipe. Oh, tried to get the feet on the crease, and they throw it out of bounds. Ball's going back the other way. Hayden D'Ambrosio bringing it up center field. He's going to kick it over to the left wing, Hayden Ridley. Hayden's going to get double teamed, but that means somebody's got to be open. All right, Wolves failed to clear. Who got that one? Hayden Ridley, the vacuum up to Barnes. Dylan sails it over Braden's head. So after a little hectic back and forth, it's going to stay with black. 7:33 left in the second. Goalie's going to kick it to a midi. See if they can. Black brings it down to the behind cage. They're going to start down low. Number 21 being hounded by, looks like Tripstrom. Gets by him, and that's a goal. It's going to make the score 6-2 with 6:59 left in the second. All right, with the score 6-2. Another face-off. We got Fletch Scudder near side, Hayden Ridley far side. Ball's down. They're fighting for it. Got a push. We gonna call anything? Nope. Far side official calls it. Black with a push. So that's gonna go face-off win to Joel Davis. Wolves starting on offense. Got a little bit of a lead. Cash Monday with the shot, goalie save. See if the Wolves can get some pressure here on a ride. Dannenfeld's coming after the goalie. They had a chance to double him in the corner. I think we got a timeout. Nelson Clackamas. Coach saw trouble. So with 6:23 left in the second, score 6-2 Nelson Clackamas. We're going to go to timeout. All right, so while we got a couple minutes here, just a quick reminder out there, we're planning on making this a multi-billion dollar industry here at KTLN. So apparently the way to do that is get subscribers and likes. So we don't know much about it, but subscribe to the channel so you can send us messages and hit that thumbs up button that you like the broadcast, and apparently the bell for those of us that are not savvy on these things.
And we really influencers. So the more
Our
the more
goal
influence we have.
our goal is apparently for us to become social influencers, is what I'm being told. So
And
the idea of me being a social influencer is somewhat of a scary thought, but we'll go with that. Derek and Megan can handle it, so they tell me. So apparently, subscribe and like, and we will become lacrosse social influencers. I'm sure we'll be running the world in no time. So, a couple more sponsors here for shout outs. We got Goodson Plumbing, 24/7 emergency plumbing services with 20 years of experience, licensed, bonded, and insured, family and locally owned. They're right there as one of the Timberline families. Goodson Plumbing. We do our off-season training at Off the Field. We've worked with them multiple seasons and had fantastic results. So we always recommend Off the Field for any of your athletic training needs. St. Alphonsus, when for our home games, provides athletic trainer support. Couldn't do it without them. And Fred Meyer, if you're a shopper at Fred Meyer, sign up on their rewards program and you can select Timberline Lacrosse as your preferred charity. And a portion of your shopping proceeds will go to the lacrosse team. We appreciate that. So with that, we are starting over, coming out of the timeout. Black with the ball, winning 6-2 with 6:15 left. Black's on their side, being pretty patient. Eight's going to take a dodge. Joel Davis playing defense. He keeps him out of there. Oh, they cleared it out, so they definitely are giving him a shot. And that's a shot and a goal. That's going to make the score 7-2. All right, off the Nelson Clackamas goals makes the score 7-2 with 5:48 left in the first half. That's going to be a face-off win for Black. Ball's on the ground. Let's see who comes out of there with it. It's on the far side, so looks like it's going to stay Black. Ball comes topside to a long pole, number 20. Let's see if he stays on or if he decides he's coming out. Nope, he's going to stay on. He's going to get through. Looks like he's running off now. They're going to bring their shorty on. Black in no hurry. 5-goal lead. Takes a dodge down the alley. Ball comes up top. Nothing there. They pull it back out. They're being patient. Taking good looks. Not trying to force a shot. Defense is playing stout. They're not giving him anything either. Off the pick, Joel Davis able to fight his way through. Who's going to take another dive? Oh, Joel fell a little behind. He caught back up. Ball comes up here to the right wing. Defense being applied by Tripp. Stay on him, Tripp. And a shot and a score. That's going to make it 8-2 with 4:06 left in the second period. All right, with the score 8-2. Back to a face-off. We got Barnes near side. Anthony Barbera far side. Ball's on the ground. Black kicks it out, and a face-off win, Black. They're going to slow things down. With a 6-goal lead, they are not in any hurry. Let's see what they go with. Tripstrom applying pressure on defense. Ball comes up to the wing, back up top. Black's going to take it up top again. Feels like a lot of the minutes have been on defense. 2 takes a dodge. Carson Doster playing D. Ball ends up in the goalie's stick. Ball comes over to Tripp. Ball comes to Dannenfeld. He's going to come down the left side. Goes and gets a touch. Wolves are going to call timeout and talk about it being down by 6 with 2:30 left. All right, coming out of timeout. Wolves are going to be on the offensive side of the field with 2:29 remaining in this first half. Looks like Fletch Scudder's going to start. Wolves have decided to come down to this left wing. Scudder to Dannenfeld. He's going to take a sweep. He takes a bouncer. It goes over the top, and that's nobody back there. Surprising that we did not have a backup on that. So let's see if the Wolves can prevent a clear here. Oh, ball pops out briefly. Got 1 defender and 2 players in black, so. Oh, ball's down. They are going to retain possession. Got wholesale changes going on here on the defensive side. Black's making some swaps. Minute 44 left. All right, minute 25. 21 takes a dodge. He's going to take a low angle shot, but that is backed up by black. They're going to retain possession. Ball goes behind X. Nope, not gonna. Thought he maybe threw it over the top, and it might sneak over for an over and back, but he saves it. Under a minute. Got black up top. I think they're trying to preserve the clock, take the last shot. Got Cash Money applying defense. D mid up high. 21 looks like he's going to start this with the dodge. Ball comes down to the left wing. Sweeps across the middle. Down behind cage. 5 sweeps along the right side. Down to 20 seconds. 21 takes a left-hand shot. He misses. Ball stays with black. They backed it up. Under 10 seconds. They're looking. He's probably just going to rip one from out there. Ball's down. Anthony Barbera running it out of there, but that's going to be halftime. So at halftime, Wolves are down 8-2. Nelson Clackamas playing a clean game, moving the ball well, playing solid defense. So the Wolves got some things to talk about at halftime. All right, we are coming back. All right, well, the Wolves had 5 minutes to talk about it down there. Down 6 goals, 8-2. Let's see what they can do this half. I think it's just, everybody sees the same thing we do over here. A little more consistency. It's a this is a big, strong team. They're playing smart. They're playing well, and this is going to be a good challenge for us and good experience to be gained. So Joel Davis comes out of there with faceoff win, kicks it over there to Cash Monday. They are double teaming him. They are riding him hard. Cash is trying to get that ball out of there. He gets it to Dannenfeld. Well, the Wolves substitute somebody on, so they were smart enough to know that we were subbing out, and they double teamed the ball. So Trevor Eckert takes a dodge down the right side, kicks it down to Braden Bolt. Looks like the Wolves are going to go to work behind the cage. Logan Lauber with the dodge. Comes up to Hayden, over to Dannenfeld. Over Wolves reverse back to the left. Barnes takes a dodge. Was that a shot? I think that was a shot by Eckert. They're going to reward it to Black. Logan Lauber dove for it. He gave it everything he had. Let's see if the Wolves can ride and get this back. Successful clear by Black. They do not have a touch yet. Oh, no, they did. I see the signal by the official. I didn't think they got one, but they're going to get a full reset. I'm willing to predict they are going to be very judicious on offense. Burn some clock. Get good looks. If they don't like the look, they'll pull back out. Try again, up by 6. Clock is definitely in their favor for the second half. Brooks Edgar playing D mid, number 4. Carson Doster out there. Ball swings around. Anthony Barbera on defense. He's going to chase him out. Anthony keeps him out. And Black's going to toss that out of bounds. That's going to be Wolves' ball. Goalie's bringing the ball up. That's Aiden. Throws it across the middle to Cash Monday. He slips through a couple defenders. Cash gets a run. He's going to let one rip. And that's a goal. Nice shot. Bouncer that catches the left bar. It bounces in. Sweet shot by Cash Monday. Let's take a look at that on instant replay. That's going to make the score 8-3.
Joel?
All right, off the Timberline Wolves goal. That's going to bring them within 5, 8-3 with 9:26 remaining. Well-timed check. Oh, they're going to call that a loose ball push on Joel Davis. It's going to give Black possession. Black gets a touch. He's got a shorty matchup. Barb's up here on defense. Ball's down. Barb's comes out of there with it. Gets the look. Got bodies flying everywhere. Ball's down again. That's ball was out of bounds. That's gonna go white. Those ground balls are hard work. Ball comes over to the center to the goalie. Okay. Errant toss, but ball was on the ground and scooped up by White. So Wolves retain possession. Ball's coming up top to Cash Monday. He takes a dodge. His hands are free to the left. And that one was a goalie save. Ball's down. Let's see what the call is. It's coming out. So we got number 13. That penalty is going to be on Dylan Barnes. I cannot see the signal, so I don't know the duration, but that's going to put the Wolves man down. Black's going to start. So man down. We think it's going to be for a minute. Couple cutters by Black. They try to get a feed on the crease off the goalie's face mask. Great save by Aiden D'Ambrosio. Way to use your head, Aiden. We'll take it. Ball stays Black, however. Wolves need to survive this man down period. Get it going the other way. Yeah, there's a quick feed and a goal. Making the score 9-3. All right, 9-3. 7 minutes remaining. Faceoff violation. Black gets the ball on offense. Not the look we were hoping for. Hayden Ridley gets the ball down. Failure to advance. Ball goes White. Nice pressure. Trip came over there and doubled him. Ball goes to Joel Davis. Watch behind you, Joel. He runs through 3. Coming down the middle. Wolves decide to pull it back out. We like to go fast, but we got to give the defense a rest. Can't afford to not make this count. Down by 6 with 6:13 left in the third period. Dannenfeld with the dodge. Goes over to Bolt. Ball's on the ground. It's going to stay white ball. Got a loose push on black. Referee's having a little chat with number 21 on black after some commentary. Ball stays white. Dannenfeld with the dodge. He goes left. He's pushed out. Comes over to Trevor Eckert on the left wing and come back up top to Dannenfeld. They clear out. Shot wide left. Hands were free. Hopefully we're going to connect on one of those. Dannenfeld moves to the center. Ball comes up top to Eckert. He's going to take a dodge down the right. His not going to pull the trigger. Comes over to Braden. Behind X with Logan Lauber. Tries to get a crease feed. Let's see if the Wolves can keep it in bounds, and they cannot. Ball's out of bounds. Turnover. Looks like the Wolves are applying a little. That's going to be a. Oh, ball gets down. I'm surprised the vacuum didn't pick that one off in the air. That's his forte. Wolves are going to have to drop back on settled defense. Got Brooks Edgar on the left wing. Hayden Ridley, Anthony Barbera, Trip Strom. Got black in the crease. Got a crease violation. Ball goes white. Ball comes up to the goalie. Over to the right wing. Carson Doster. It's not there. He's going to dodge. Got to get rid of it, Carson. Okay, he gets up the middle. Oh, he's not. He doesn't go a cage. He's going to drop it down. Yeah, he had a look. He's just not used to seeing that look. Braden's getting hounded. He's going to get doubled here shortly. He gets rid of it over there to Logan Lauber. The Wolves are going to go into settled offense. Cash Monday up top. Number 20 Black applying defense. Cash takes a look. He pulls it back out. Ball's down again. Luckily, it stays white. Trevor takes a dodge, pulls it back up top. That's going to be a shot by the long pole over the top. Goalie knocks it down. They're fighting for it. Oh, that cage is unprotected. Oh, they scoop it up. Black gets the scoop. Double him. They're trying. I think timeout Black. Pretty good timeout on behalf of that coach. 3:31 with remaining in the third period. Score 9-3. Back in 2 minutes. Coming out of the timeout called by Black. They were deep in their own side of the field and getting double teamed. Their coach wisely calls a timeout. Ball's down. Wolves are applying a lot of pressure. Oh, he sneaks through there. Oh, good try. Number one hung in there and got a midfield, got a touch. Black retains possession. Carson Doster up high. Number 5, Joel Davis, Hayden Ridley, Anthony Barbera, Trip Strom, Dylan Barnes playing D mid. Way up high. Joel set up like he's going to try to push him down the alley. Gets by him. Nope. Shot. That's going to be a flag on Joel. Got beaten. He decided he was going to take him out on him. All right. Well, that's a good lesson learned. So that's going to put the Wolves man down, however, which is not a good look for us usually. Joel's going to get himself a minute in the penalty box. Gets to mull over that life choice. .232 in the third. Score 9-3. Wolves playing man down defense. Black's going to give it a spin. So on man up, they've gotten one from the crease man with a quick dump in the middle, and they've gotten one on a wing man that was open. One's going to get a rip from out. Ball goes white. Goalie save. That ball was moving at the speed of heat before any of their guys could get back there. So clock starts. So we're man down, so they're going to double the ball. This is going to be a tough clear. Going to have to, and the ball drops. Carson Doster's got it. Kicks it up there. And a turnover. Ball goes Black. Hayden Ridley with the can opener. He gets the ball back. Hayden gets a clear. He gets a touch. Now we got to play keep away for 30 seconds. They're going to double the ball. He gets it to a shorty. Cash Mundy. Cash brings it up to Dylan. Dylan takes a dodge down the right. He's going to kick it out. Ball comes down to Braden. Fletch Scudder on the left wing. He takes a dodge. Fletch is working to get his hands free. He takes a shot, backed up by Trevor Eckert. And we are even. Fletch Scudder on the left wing. He's setting up for a dodge. He goes across the middle. His hands are free. Takes a bouncer. Saved by the goalie. This goalie's legit. He's getting some saves today. Black clears it up the middle. They're pushing hard. Long pole in the middle. He takes a shot. Ball stays Black. 15 seconds left in the third period. Defense being applied by Dylan. Oh, low angle shot. Misses wide right. 9 seconds, backed up by Black. They're going to get another crack at this. See what their 9 seconds remaining play is. Pressure being applied by Carson. Stay with them, Carson. Goalie save. Nicely done. All right, down 6 going into the fourth. Score 9-3. Back in 2 minutes. Okay, we're back. Not score 9-3. Wolves down by 6. Going into the fourth period. Their scoreboard shows the third period, but it is the fourth period. They just haven't caught it yet. We noticed one of the Wolves' starting defenders, Davis Renz, is on the bench on the far side. He's not feeling too hot. So Wolves are down one starter on defense. But next man up. That's the way this game's played. Joel Davis on the faceoff. Oh, ball's on the ground. Let's see if the Wolves can dig it out of there. Vacuum's working on it. He comes out of there with it. Rolls back. Throws the ball to Fletch Scudder. Wolves get the ball to start on offense. See if they can do something. Fletch gets a wide open look. Beats his man on D. That's shot wide left. Backed up by Trevor. Trevor's going to bring it up. Ball comes up top side to Cash Mundy. Over to Fletcher. Fletcher gets another dodge. He's going to rip it again. That's going to be a goalie save. Ball's down. Get there, Trevor. Black gets a clear. Wolves made him earn it. They were able to fight through, get it clear. They're subbing out a long pole for Shorty. And Black sets up on offense. An all too familiar sight for this game this morning. Works off the pick, goes left, had his hands free, but passed it. Oh, shot on crease. Nobody there on defense. That's going to be an easy dunk goal that Aiden cannot stop. That's going to make the score 10-3. 10:15 remaining in the fourth. All right, off the Nelson Clackamas goal. Wolves down 7 at this point. Aiden Ridley comes out of there with it. Ball comes out. Nelson turnover goes Black. Good ball movement and fast break turns into another goal, making it 11-3. Oh, another shot and a save. Wolves cannot find the back of the net. Oh, Danifeld gets a stick on it. Oh, All right, 9.5. Bulls playing defense. Black's in no hurry. They're going to bring the ball down below the cage. Working it around. They kind of runs into a double team. Ball's down, picked up by the Wolves. One of the few mistakes we've seen down there. Ball comes up over to center. Joel Davis bringing it up the middle. Trevor Eckert, bottom left. So going to slow it down, try to get a good look here. Cash Mundy comes on. Fletch Scudder with the ball on the right wing. He takes a dodge. Tries to kick it back to Dannenfeld. Missed that connection. Dannenfeld's got the dodge. He's going to have his hands free. Bangs it off somebody's face mask. Somebody knocked it down. Wolves unable to stop the clear. Back on defense. Cash Mundy playing D-mid. Looks like he's set up to try to force his guy down the alley. He's a lefty, so he wants topside. Fletch Scudder on D. Number 1 takes a dodge down the left side. Rolls back. He's going to take a look down the middle. Kicks it over to Black 8. Ball comes up. Another score. Score 12-3. $6:15 remaining. Black gets a shot, but they were able to recover the ground ball. So we got 12-3 with 5:25 left in this fourth period. Black in no hurry. No shot clock in high school lacrosse, so they're not forced to do much of anything other than bleed the clock off to a victory. I think the Wolves at this point just got to work on fundamentals and see if they can find a few golden moments here in the last few minutes. There's a low angle shot, and that's going to be a goal. Going to make it 13-3. So with 4:49 remaining, score is 13-3. We're going to have a timeout black. More than likely to clear the bench, but we will be back in 2 minutes. All right, coming out of the timeout, looks like both teams made some changes. We got a new goalie for Timberline, Finn Scudder, a freshman out there. He's going to get the last 5 minutes of this game. Looks like on offense, we got Trevor, Daniff, kind of the normal cast of characters. Defense, you got Anthony Barbera, Ripstrom, new goalie, Finn Scudder, and Carson Doster. All down. Oh, missed it. Brooks Edgar taking that face off. Black's going to get an offensive possession. Brooks goes to the ground. 97. Got Brooks Florence out there. Number 97 playing D-mid. About 4:15 left in this one. So we're going to get some solid minutes in here for some new players. There's a shot from outside and a goal. That's going to make it 14-3 with 4 minutes left. And we are at a running clock. Well, it's running over there on the scoreboard. I mean, I don't know. I thought it was 12, but maybe for the tournament rules, but it looks like we got a running clock. And they do have a college game after this, so they're going to make sure they don't run over time. So regardless of the clock, not going to change the outcome of this one. Brooks Edgar taking the faceoff. He gets a faceoff win on that one. Tries to swim dodge through two players. Let's see if he escapes. He does. Kicks the ball down the right side. Comes over to Braden. Goes back to Trevor. See if the offense can do something. Trevor Eckert being hounded. He gets the ball knocked out. Being hounded by a big defenseman. That's going to go black. Offensive turnover. So Trevor's going to apply some pressure, but he's going to come right up the middle. Ball kicked to the left side. Comes up to a shorty at midfield. Gets across. Black doesn't have a touch yet, but that's just now they get a touch. So with 2:20 remaining, takes a dodge. Brooks falls down, and Hands wide open, gets a shot and a goal. That's going to make it 15-3. 2:06 left. So after this game, we're going to have a long break. Our next game is going to be at 5:15 p.m. So that'll give the Wolves plenty of time to regroup, become goldfish, put this one out of their mind. That's all you can do. This one's in the books. Chalk it up as an L and move on to the next one. Plenty for the coaching staff to chew on and talk about. Black's going to win that face-off. So after this, we've got NNU versus Westminster. The first ever NCAA lacrosse game in the state of Idaho. And we've got a Timberline alum, Hank Osterberger, who plays for Westminster. So hopefully we're going to get to see Hank on the field today. He'll be a local crowd favorite. All right, Wolves get the ball. We're under a minute. Let's see if we can get a clear here. Throws it to Brooks. Ball comes up. Logan Lauber gets it. He's going to take a shot. It's wide left, backed up by Trevor. So with 30 seconds left on a running clock, it looks like the Wolves might get one more trigger pull here. Trevor's taking a dodge. Ball comes up top to Brooks. Takes the dodge. $16. That's going to be Nick Eads. Nick got in there. Braden Bolt does the kickback. Trevor Eckert, oh, he gets the left-handed shot at the last second. Goalie save. So that one's going to be a 15-3 loss by the Wolves. Put that one in the L column, and we're moving on to the next one. So plenty to talk about, and we will see you at 5:15.